My realm. For starters, when I refer to my realm, I don't mean it belongs to me. I mean it's the one that I'm confined to. I don't administer it, even though it does have an administration. Um, Both kind of perceived and unseen. It's similar to like a virtual world, or if you've seen the Marvel movies, or if you're familiar with them, which might suggest that we share the same realm. I don't know. There could be some kind of cross uh, connection between multiple realms that have access to a similar entertainment realm. But anyway, if you're familiar with the Marvel universe, you might remember the Mirrorverse, and essentially it's a prison to like entrap someone and manipulate their environment. And that's exactly what I've witnessed since I've been here. I'm nearing 50 years being in this place, 50 annual cycles. Um, Basically, it's based on the length of time that the the planet I'm on, which is called Earth, orbits a star, which is called the Sun, and it takes roughly 365 days for it to do that. A day being the amount of time the Earth spins on its axis, one revolution, which takes approximately 24 hours, is how they've categorized it here. Um, Anyway, though, like I said, it does have an administration, and but anytime they have something called religion here, which is basically the idea that you're to um, bow down before the administration of this realm, the administrators. But in this case, they say it is an administrator, just one entity that they call a god. This hasn't always been the case. That's something that's referred to as monotheistic, one God. There are other uh, religions, though not as popular, that are polytheistic, meaning multiple gods are involved. Essentially, you have multiple administrators, and there's even a hierarchy in a lot of these religions, where you have higher and lesser deities, kind of like you have upper and lower management, as well as just workers. So it works in the same way. Anyway, it's all basically the same thing. Whether you consider it a virtual world, whether you consider it the real world, whenever the supernatural actually exists, there's really no difference. Honestly, in some cases, a virtual world would be better if it were simply a simulation, to where they didn't affect the outcomes, where outside influences didn't affect the outcomes of events within the simulation. But that's not the case here. And you can even see that throughout the what they call history, the account of things that have happened in the past. Though these accounts are uh, not the most reliable things, there are ways to that they've developed here to try to validate some of the claims of the historical record through different methods. One, archaeology being one, but they've also got. I'm not a specialist in history, so but I've heard them talk about it, and it's an interesting science. However, science does not prevail here. There's been a lot of violence amongst the prevailing species on the planet, referred to as humans, of which I'm allegedly one of, though at this point it would seem like I'm more of a copy or some type of artificial intelligence, because the interactions I've had here have taken on a there's been a very distinct pattern develop that I've noticed over time, and it's very similar characters in inhabiting different bodies, and they're kind of like sadistic morons, and seem to have access to information that a moron wouldn't normally have access to, but these do, and they like to sabotage projects and things, and they're not really good at anything. They just like to mess a lot of things up, and I'm not sure if I've gone over the difficulty in destruction, but it isn't hard to break things. It's very difficult to make things. Something as simple as this microphone that I'm speaking into took thousands of years of trial and error in science before it even came into being. And then it takes complicated machinery and whatnot to manufacture it even to this day. However, if I wanted to break it, I could break it right now. Not very difficult. I could just unscrew it and like throw it and it would break. It isn't difficult to break things. It isn't difficult to hinder things. And this is the type of environment I find myself in. You would, I consider it some type of, well, it's just an arrested development to someone who otherwise would be much further developed in a different setting. So anyway, that's just a brief primer on the environment where that I'm limited to gather information from. So that's why these videos take a certain tone and have a specific type of focus. So yeah, it's a pretty dumb place. It's made for like losers.